up, everybody? What's up, 509? What's up, Spokane? We're back in the Ashtray Studios again with another episode of Shades On with Kid Curry. This week, I'm lucky enough to have future MMA fighter Vincent Alsept.
Hey, man. How you doing?
Right? Yeah. All right, tight.
Vincento Alsept.
All right. Put some swag on it, I guess. How have you been?
Pretty good, man. How are you? It's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been a minute since the festival season, since I've seen you.
Yeah, it's been a minute for sure.
Met this cat a few years ago when he was helping out promote some festivals, and I was on the card hosting them, and then I seen him on top of his shit this past year, doing fights left and right, and you got some big shit coming up.
Yeah. Actually, I just recently got invited to do to fill in for a spot at the Clearwater Combat. It's over in Lewiston, Idaho, Clearwater Casino.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked about that. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I mean, I just got done with my first, it was on the 13th. I had fought on Proving Grounds, got my first knockout win. So I'm feeling pretty confident.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
That's always, a big boost of confidence, I bet, right there.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it was a highlight reel. It's pretty sweet.
So is it safe to say, like, motherfuckers best not get, slept by Vincent Alsept?
Yeah, damn fucking right. Hey, this guy's a stand-up guy, so I'm looking forward to that. I always like to keep it standing. So,
all right, that's what's up. Not too big on like how are you on the ground for wrestling or doing submissions and shit.
Yeah, my ground game's pretty good. I have good submissions off my back. And I was told that this guy he doesn't have a lot of wrestling experience. So we'll see. And hey, if he wants to keep it standing, we'll keep it standing.
What about you?
Oh,
you have a wrestling background?
Yeah. I mean, I wrestled when I was. It's been a long time since I actually wrestled professionally, but when I go out with my boys and we spar and train and stuff, we definitely get jiu-jitsu rounds in.
Okay.
So I'm pretty comfortable on the ground. We'll just say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, tell everyone and tell myself a little bit about yourself. Where are you from?
Born and raised Spokane Valley. All
right.
Yeah, I've been here my whole life.
Local boy.
Yeah. What about you? I don't know.
I was born in Spokane, but raised about 20 minutes south of Spokane, a little town called Fairfield.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's my hometown.
Nice.
Yeah, and so pretty much I've always been local to the area and, lived in Spokane since like 23 years old.
Okay.
Yeah. How old are you?
I'm 20. I'm about to be 23 in December.
Oh shit.
You're 23?
I moved here when I was 23. I'm okay. 30.
Oh, really, dude?
Yeah, I just turned 30.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You don't look it.
Thank you. That's what I do with my Kid Curry.
Oh, yeah. I lived in Fairfield for roughly like a year and a half. It's an interesting little town.
Really? You lived out there?
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Yeah, staying with an ex in her little trailer home.
Oh, okay.
Good times.
Yeah, dude, I probably know where exactly about. The town's not too big. I know my parents still live out there. I mean, it's it is home.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind living out there. It's just far enough to where you kind of feel like it's a country vibe, like rural area.
But you're not far from the city at all.
Exactly, just 45 minutes. Boom, you're right in the thick of it.
Shit, 20 minutes from the valley.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah, it's pretty quick.
Yeah, like 25 maybe.
Yeah.
Most. Yeah, so.
All right, so what got you into fighting MMA? Or what got you into fighting at all?
So really it started since I was a kid. Like I've always been into, as weird as it might sound, like military history and like history, like historic wars. I've always been kind of like into that shit. I wanted to join the military when I was a kid, and but you know how fucked up shit is nowadays. I'm like, I'm not about to go and fight and die for a fucking corrupt ass country,
Yeah.
If the fight comes here to the soil, sure, but anyways, eventually, I think it was like 4 or 5 years ago, I moved in with my current roommate Mike at another place that I rented a room from him. And anyways, so like he's into the UFC and stuff.
Yeah.
And I started watching it with him. And I had this thought, I'm like, damn, I could really get into that. Like, it's almost like modern day gladiator kind of shit. Like, I've always thought, like, I wish there was a gladiator tournament like they did had back in like the ancient Roman times. You know, I've always thought that would be fucking awesome. And well, it's basically it.
Yeah.
You know, it's gloves and shit. You know, you don't got swords and
They beat
armor.
the fuck out of each other, though.
Yeah, you're basically fighting to the death. You know, and you beat each other within an inch of of each other's fucking life until someone taps or the ref has to stop it.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, that's really.
So
what
that was
piqued my
like your
interest.
inspiration behind it all.
Oh, for sure.
You have any family members that have ever done it, or?
No, other than my dad was a belligerent drunk and would fight people all the time, no matter what. So,
Jeez,
yeah.
Sure, some people can relate to that one, but
Right.
I mean, I'm fucked. I'm sorry to hear that, though.
It's all good. Hey, at least he wasn't trained, because maybe he'd be in a lot more shit than he ended up getting into. So
Yeah, I feel that. So you do MMA fighting and you do kickboxing, right?
yeah, yep. So they kind of go hand in hand.
What'd you start first?
MMA.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually want to I want to pursue the kickboxing maybe more, or I've actually been thinking about doing bare knuckle boxing.
Damn.
Yeah. I like to stand up. You know, I've got decent ground game, but I really just love the beauty of fucking sitting there, standing toe to toe with another guy and just beating the shit out of each other. You know.
Fuck.
Really
dude.
a test of your will, and like, yeah.
Dude, no, I got mad respect for motherfuckers that can duke it out like that. Like,
Mhm.
I mean, I race motocross, I do some crazy shit, but I mean, I don't know. Sometimes I'm just like, after a few punches or the right one, it's like, fuck. All right, maybe I'm done. Maybe I'm done
Right.
with this shit.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like 99% of people, especially when it comes to street fighting, you know, you got all these people around there like, oh, I'm like 50-0 in the streets and shit, and like, they don't really know what fighting really is until they fight someone who's trained. You know, because 30 seconds into it, you're gassed. You're like, you know, if you're throwing punches at somebody who actually knows how to fight, they're just gonna dodge you.
Oh, I've
throw at
seen
them,
friends
like,
of mine get in street fights and they're gassed after like a minute, and then they get like, gotta puke, get some breath, and then go back and swing your punches. I'm like, dude, like, damn, like, imagine
Right.
if you were fucking in shape or trained for that. Like, it's
Yeah.
more than fuck. This is a lot to it.
I imagine you watched Joe Rogan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he said it best. He's like, I wish a motherfucker would, because as soon as you get into it, then the first 30 seconds, dodging their punches and shit. I'm probably slaughtering this right now, but then after that, you see that they're tired and they're like, oh, yeah, so you just wanted to hit me. You actually didn't want to fucking fight. Now we're going to fight. So, yeah.
So with kickboxing and MMA, what are your records?
I'm 1-1 in kickboxing, and then I am 1-5 in amateur. So like, I do just want to say, like, my last fight, that was my first win. But I've only been training, like actually training, and mind you, not with a real camp, since February of this year.
Okay.
And so like my first 5 fights, I had like basically no experience, like no true camp or like training, if that makes sense.
Just went into it off the couch pretty much.
Yep.
Damn.
Yeah, actually, so my first opponent is a up and rising star named Israel Gonzalez. And they kind of like, it was sort of a setup, but I from what I remember, I was pretty cocky, and this one I had, my drinking problem was pretty bad, so I might have like, I think they did tell me it was 3-0. And I was just like, fuck yeah, let's go. I kind of lied about my experience that I got like Taekwondo, all this shit, which is not true at all. But yeah, he went pro right after he beat me.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool to see though. Like, he's fucking kicking ass.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
At least you got that respect for a motherfucker afterwards,
Yeah.
not just hard-headed and, be, just
Oh,
not like to see somebody, get to prosper in this sport, and
Yeah, be all butthurt, fucking sore loser. Like,
yeah.
No, I want him. One day we'll probably meet back in the cage. I'm hoping. So
That one win
if
though,
anything. What?
the win in MMA, how'd that you said
It was sick.
win by knockout?
Yep.
Yeah?
Spinning back fist KO. It was pretty sweet.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're gonna add like a clip, right?
Yeah, you got a video of that. Yeah, we
Yeah.
can share with that later.
I was so nervous, like, honestly, because I knew this guy. He was just like me, independent fighter. He no training camp, nothing. But like, still, I had to get my mind right and realize that no matter if he's an independent or not, no wins or whatever, that I could still get knocked out. Anything can happen in an MMA fight. You could fucking slip, break your leg. Who knows? I've seen guys their shin snap in half just because they slipped the wrong way.
Yeah. I mean, shit, look at Conor McGregor. I mean, that motherfucker, one of his last fights, like, just step back, ankle sideways.
Yep. Oh, that was brutal. Great mental image. Yeah. So, but yeah, no, it's better to just watch it. I don't want to sit there and like, float my own goat too much. Try to stay humble.
I feel that. I respect the hell out of that. So where do you normally fight at? Where do they normally hold these?
So there's one right in Liberty Lake. So
is that Proving Grounds?
Yep, Proving Grounds at the Hub Sports Center. That's the one I fought at the most. So actually, that's how I got into it originally. Pablo Alfonso. He's pretty well known because he's got like Terrence McKinney, Michael Chiesa, Michael the Mullet Sear, like a bunch of really well known and up and coming pros.
Yeah.
And I don't remember how or why he just reached out to me randomly one day and was like, "Yo, you want to fight?" He like called me and it was pretty cool. It's crazy how that works. Like,
who's this? A trainer?
Yeah, Pablo Alfonso.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a head coach at Warrior Camp.
All right.
Yeah,
is that where you go to?
Yep. So they host the Proving Grounds, or him and his wife do, and usually it's the Warrior Camp guys versus like whoever else. That's how a lot of the promotions will work. They'll have their camp or their training, whatever the fuck. I can't English right now. Sorry, but yeah, it'll be like Warrior Camp versus Iron Man or AKA, and then there's like Sick Jitsu, which is Rick Little's card. He throws fights at the Northern Quest.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
You ever trying to get out and get on the card at like what is it? What do they have at the Coeur d'Alene Casino?
Definitely. Yeah. I think that's Rick's thing. I'm not sure.
At the Coeur d'Alene?
I think so.
Yeah, I remember being a kid and going out to those fights there.
Nice.
King of the Cage or whatever. I think.
Yeah. Oh, maybe it's not Rick's. He's definitely involved one way or another. I think
that's what it's called.
Yeah. Yeah. King of the Cage, and then there's Conquest of the Cage, which is Northern Quest. So maybe it is, because those names kind of sound too like similar to not have Rick's fingerprints on it.
So what weight class you fighting?
I'm 135.
All right.
Yeah, so I kind of fight at my natural weight, which is I'm working towards. Besides this next fight that I'm doing on Saturday, I'd like to fight at 125 because a lot of dudes at 135, they'll cut weight. In almost any weight class, they'll cut like 15, 20 pounds.
Damn. I remember, dude. I remember when I was in high school doing wrestling, and I was not a good wrestler, but I did it to keep myself in shape for motocross in the winter. So I wasn't racing the bike in the winter. But I remember I had a strict diet, and then at like where it was like an apple or an orange or a banana for breakfast. That was it. Right. Then every day for lunch was a salad, and then for dinner was like, steak and potatoes or chicken and rice. And I just make extras, throughout the week, so I didn't eat anything else. I just strictly was that. And then at the end of every practice was we'd hop on a stair stepper for like 45 minutes to an hour.
Those things are brutal.
And I toughened that out. I dropped from, I think I went into wrestling at like 180 and wrestled like 175 or 172 or something like that. But was wrestling 154 by the end of the season. Then the next season I went in wrestling 145.
Damn.
Like, whereas I kept it up throughout my whole diet and everything throughout the whole summer. Whereas I lost a lot of fucking weight.
Holy
and like,
shit.
and I was looking to, but I also lost a lot of muscle mass doing so. And I didn't ever think I didn't realize that I did lose muscle mass until later on, until like later on in life when I kept that weight for a while. I'm like, man, like I feel like you used to be able to lift more. I feel like you used to be able to do more.
Right. Yeah. Maybe you lost a little too much.
Yeah.
Because that's why people cut weight though, is because, you end up, with MMA and even wrestling, of course, but you still retain like that strength that you've had, like whatever your natural weight was previously. I used to play football, and when I was younger, and I was like a foot shorter, but I was around 145 pounds. So like I still have that explosiveness and that speed. But then I just got longer and lankier. And like that, like I guess a good example would be Israel. Like I think he's like 150 or something or whatever, but he cuts down to like
The dude you
135.
fought?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But you can feel it. Like you think like, oh, he's 135. He must not like hit that hard. But holy shit. Like he hits like he's 55,
Oof.
Yeah. So you were what, like 180,
Yeah,
like walking around?
Yeah, I was like
Yeah.
180 and dropped to like 150 by the end of wrestling season.
Shit, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's in like 2.5, 3 months, however long like a high school wrestling season was. And I think I won 3 matches. I was like 3-13 or 3-16 my junior year.
Hey, at least you went out there and did it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The one time I wrestled when I was like 8 or 9. If it makes you feel better, I think I only won like silver in like 2 of my matches, and then I don't know what the fuck they were doing, but they put me up against a kid that was like twice my size, and he just laid on me. God, yeah, that's why I fucking stopped wrestling. I just kept doing football. So, yeah.
Man, glory days. I remember all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Did sports my whole life, so I feel it. So we got a video. And which video is this, the one of your last match?
Yeah, my last fight.
Or your last match, yeah?
Yeah.
Or fight, yeah. Alrighty.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, let's show everybody this. Where's that at?
Proving grounds.
That was at the Proving Grounds?
Yep.
Alright. Who's that you're fighting?
His name is Jordan Benzie.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's I don't know if I mentioned, he was kind of same skill level as me. So it was a really good matchup. I mean, considering that I started out fighting like pro level guys that were about to, hit the big leagues. Yeah, it was a better matchup for me.
All right.
Yeah, and I mean, it was great.
Seemed to have went well.
Oh yeah, very.
Won by knockout.
Yeah, I mean, took me less than a minute to knock the guy out. So.
Oh shit! So you weren't even winded at all yourself.
Yep.
Oh damn.
Yep.
Well, that's probably some of the best way to do it. Before you get all beat the fuck up yourself.
Oh, for sure. Well, I've had my fair share getting beat up, and well, that's what it's all about. Get all that energy and frustration and stuff out. It's probably one of the other main reasons I've gotten to martial arts is it's kind of saved my life. Like between like getting in trouble, doing drugs, and dealing with depression and the death of family members and all that stuff in recent years. It's been one of the only things to pull me out of that dark place. And a lot of fighters can probably relate to that.
I can relate to that and I don't fight. So I mean, I feel it.
Yeah, any sort of like physical activity, like sports or whatever. Yeah, definitely. I started with the gym, started like working out, trying to get my body in shape. And I mean, I had fought while that was going on, but it's completely different once you actually get out there and start doing training camp, going to warrior camp and participating in like the 10-round sparring they have on Fridays. It's just it's way different than what I was used to.
10-round sparring.
Yep.
Damn.
And they're 5-minute rounds too.
Fuck. And like you gotta complete that.
You don't have to.
I mean, it's like you get back up. We got another round.
Yeah, you can. You could go one round if you wanted to, and then just like stop. But people are not gonna. Are definitely. They're not gonna. They're probably not gonna talk shit, but they're gonna like give you that side eye. Like, come on.
Fuck.
Yeah, I've never went less than 4 or 5 rounds whenever I've gone. So
Damn,
do 3, and then you kind of take a little breather.
5-minute rounds, 10 of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, I got 4 the second to last time I was there, and then we waited in between rounds. Like even the pro dudes, like you have to take a break because that's what fucking 20 minutes of like back to back.
That's like old school professional boxing at that point.
Yeah, well, that's what pro MMA is. 5-minute rounds. or not 5 minute rounds. They do 5 minute rounds. If it's like a main event or a championship, it's 5 minute rounds, which is 25 minutes of just, oh my God. Like, you have to be in the most peak physical shape that a human can be in order to not be gassed by the end of that.
And they still get gassed.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, that's why McGregor's like kind of fell off. Like, people realize it's his weakness. He's really good. He's really, really good for the first couple rounds. He's fucking sharp. He's quick. He's just putting the pressure on you. But by round 3 and onward, he starts to gas like really bad. He just can't maintain that pace.
Which that's like a lot of people's, I don't want to say problem, but a lot of people's like issue when it comes to, fighting.
Oh yeah, for sure, definitely.
Yeah, I'm sure he ain't the only one.
Yeah, cardio is important. If you don't got good cardio, you could be like the most talented and skilled fighter in the world, but if you ain't got cardio, you're probably gonna get your ass beat. Yeah.
So, what are some upcoming fights you got?
Yeah, so I did mention I got invited to go 3-day notice fight at Clearwater Casino.
Yeah.
So that's one.
When's that?
It's this Saturday.
That's this Saturday.
Yep.
Oh, damn.
Yep, out in Lewiston, Idaho. First time being on a card outside of Proving Grounds. Although I did go and fight at this new promotion in Walla Walla that one of my buddies, Robbie Dodgen, he set up. He actually reached out to me and our fight buddies, Sydney, and actually this guy named Jacob and Elijah. I believe you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, hit them up recently. I'm hoping they'll be on one of the next episodes. Yeah, Elijah and Jacob. Yeah, I got a lot to talk about them.
That'd be awesome.
They do music and fighting.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Actually, so it's really cool. Small freaking world. So my other friend Mick, you know Mick, right, with an M. He actually helped do PA and all that shit for GlowFest. Yeah,
I know Mick.
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah, we know of each other. We'll just keep it at that.
Right. Okay.
I don't need
no. Well, anyway, so I was talking to him recently, and like he said he did a show, or like he played at the same show with his band when Jacob and them were playing. So like, damn, it's crazy. Everybody knows each other in this town.
Oh, Jacob does some big shows though. Like I've seen that dude on the card. I think opening up for like. I mean, he'll probably correct me when he's here in person and I'm interviewing him, but I think like Nixon Rodeo and shit like that.
Oh,
like
shit.
he's done some big shows, and Jacob's been in it for a minute. I've even also seen him hop on stage with Elijah and do a rap show. Yeah. That surprised the hell out of me. At like I think that was Give It a Shot Espresso with Mark Rand, who I had on last.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I just got done interviewing him, and and I'm pretty sure it was that show.
Nice, dude. Yeah, I've been following. Like they're really good people, honestly. Like,
super, super humble, respectful dudes. Kid, I don't want to call them kids, grown ass adults like us, but super humble, respectful dudes right there.
Yeah, dude, for real. Like, just genuine people. Like,
yep.
It's hard to find that nowadays. Honestly, they jumped in for my first kickboxing match and cornered for me. It was really awesome experience.
They were in your corner?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I think that was probably the second or third time I had met them in person. Maybe the first time I ever met Jacob in person.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gave me really good advice. I beat a warrior camp kid with like no training camp previously, and shit. So
then you got on the training camp after that?
Yeah, well, that's when me and Sydney started training. So I've been going to warrior camp periodically because they finally opened up the sparring to like open mats. So you don't have to have a membership in order to go.
Oh.
Yeah. And unless you're fighting one of their guys, they're not going to try to boot you out. But yeah, so me and Sydney would just go to the park 2-3 times a week, go to the gym, make sure we're in shape, and we just spar each other, do jiu-jitsu rounds, all that shit. And, excuse me, sorry. The last time we went and did that, we had everyone come out. Braden, Sydney, Jacob, Elijah, and then one of their other buddies too. And we just fucking like ran around the park, did some laps and just fucking shoot the shit,
Yeah.
smoke weed, beat the shit out of each other. It's fun. It's great. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Gotta rehabilitate yourself with some green. I feel that. So you got Clearwater coming up.
Oh yeah, that's right. So that Walla Walla show, we're gonna be doing it again here in December on the 2nd. Out in Walla Walla. Duh.
December 2nd.
Yeah, December 2nd.
And I see it that on the flyer for that it says like some title matches. Are you involved with one of those?
No title for me yet. I actually was gonna do kickboxing for my next 2 fights. So I'm also kickboxing on the 22nd of December.
Oh damn.
So the dude that fought my last opponent, he lost the fight on the very last card. And he was like me and him were talking, and he's like, "Oh, I want to get my striking better and like crisp up a little bit because he got knocked out." And I'm like, "Hey, dude, we can kickbox," because he's mentioned kickboxing. I'm like, "Fuck yeah, I love kickboxing." So he's like, "You want to do it?" I'm like he seems surprised, but I'm like, "Yeah, dude, like come on." But so there's that, and then I was gonna kickbox in Walla Walla, but I'm feeling pretty confident after my last win. And as long as I keep myself in shape, and make sure I'm practicing like my sprawl and everything, so if I have my takedown defense, I'm a pretty solid all around fighter.
So what style of fighting do you prefer, or what are your styles that you know?
Kickboxing and like I've never trained taekwondo or anything, but I've taught myself how to do a spinning back kick and like a spinning heel kick, like the stepping side kick and shit. And I'm pretty good at it.
And I hear you talking about jujitsu and stuff. Do you know that too?
Yeah, a little bit. I'm not like an expert by any means. But I've done some classes. I can wrap up a triangle choke pretty good. I know how to do darces and all that stuff. So definitely still pretty amateur.
I feel it, dude. You
yeah.
gotta start somewhere.
Exactly. Yeah. So, yeah, so I think I got a good matchup. Actually, so my matchup in Walla Walla, the guy's also 1-5.
Okay.
So I was like, fuck yeah, that's like perfect. Because most of the dudes I've been fighting are like either 1-0 or like 2-1. And they're like, they've actually been training for years and like really getting into it. One of my second fight, the dude is a state champ wrestler. Yeah. So
damn.
Yeah, that was fun.
Where's he out of?
Like training out of? I think he's with Sikjitsu.
I mean, like, do you know like what city or whereabouts, like, or
I have no idea.
Okay.
Yeah, probably Washington, probably like native Washingtonian, but I don't know.
For sure. So, what's your training regimen look like?
Well, if I'm not going to the park at sparring with Sydney, which he's recovering from an injury right now, so but usually it'd be whenever he has a day off, Monday, Friday, or when he has time if he's not working, because the motherfucker's working like 50, 60 hours a week, taking care of his 2 kids and trying to train at the same time.
Oof.
Yeah, dude, he's a fucking beast, dude. I like have so much respect for him for that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And then, well, I've been going to Warrior Camp more often. So at least going on Fridays to go and spar with. There's amateurs will go too, but they're mostly pros.
How many days a week do you train?
I try to do 4 days a week at minimum.
Okay.
3-4 days a week. Or at least working out and doing work like high intensity explosive workouts.
Okay.
Like burpees, all that fun stuff.
Hey, dude, I was locked up for a minute and I did high intensity training, up in a cell, and it was like a sweatshop in there, dude. Like, there's some people I know that are still locked up. They're probably still doing those same workouts and probably just
shredded
now. Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have anything to do, man. Like, I know that sometimes they'll give you like pen and paper, like a pencil and fucking something.
Dude, the worst thing about it though is like they don't give you food to build muscle.
Yeah, that's the worst
It's
part.
like so hard to get protein in there.
Yeah. Not enough. Not if you're like, even for my size, like
so it was mainly just like cutting weight, but then all you can really do, it's like work out for a couple hours a day or whatever, and then eat food, like, and watch TV. Like, there ain't shit to fucking do. So I mean, I feel that, but I know a little bit about high intensity training and shit.
Yeah, well, that's so if you don't have a punching bag or anything, which I don't, I have a little head movement bag, but it like my fucking ceiling's ass, so it just keeps falling out. And I'll hit it and it'll just go flying and shit. So I just gave up on that. Sydney's he's supposed to give me one of his bags. It's like a little standing fucking thing. I don't know what the fuck you call it, but you put water in it. Um, it's not quite a punching bag, but it's a little standing like judo, whatever or not.
Enough to get some, some work done.
Way better than a little head bag because you're not supposed to hit that. But
You ever hit the speed bag?
yeah. He has like a full on heavy bag that has a little speed bag on the back at his place. So when we go and train, we'll either go to his place and just do a little circuit, heavy bag, speed bag. One person's also with the ground bag doing, practicing ground and pound. And then we'll run around the block, and then we'll like go outside and do like sparring, pad work, and stuff. And then he's got like the full on like weight vests and stuff with like
Shit.
Oh yeah, yeah. So
Just straight getting cut wearing one of those things.
dude, he's got like 45 pounds on that thing.
I had a buddy that had like 12-pound ankle weights and 12-pound fucking wrist weights, and was chopping wood, stacking wood like for hours, like when he was on like house arrest or some shit like that.
Shit.
Yeah, that motherfucker came out
ready to fucking burn
came
someone.
out fucking he's huge.
Fucking axe murderer time. Axe murdering time. Do you know who Wanderlei Silva is?
Wanderlei Silva?
Vanderlei. I'm probably kind of pronouncing his name wrong.
Is he pro MMA?
Yeah.
I know Silva sounds very familiar.
He's a mean looking motherfucker, and kind of ugly, but but like they call him, his nickname was Axe Murderer.
Ooh.
Yeah. Imagine how fucking intense of a guy you have to be for them to fucking nickname you the Axe Murderer. Shit. But that's just kind of what reminded me. You're talking about your friend fucking chopping wood. I can just see him like just fucking.
Yeah, I feel it. So you're still at 135. Do you even have a diet plan, or how does that work out for you? You gotta watch what you eat at all. Is it hard for you to gain weight?
Most definitely, like, especially if I'm trying, because my ideal fighting weight is 125. You don't want to be eating like no McDonald's or fucking greasy foods and shit like that. So, excuse me. Wow, that was a good one. I've switched to like a carnivore diet, so like 80% meat, steak, chicken, seafood.
I need to get on that, man. I need to get on a carnivore diet and like have what are we in November now? After eating a bunch of trick or treat, I need to go trick or treating, but after eating a bunch of candy, I need to get on like no sugar diet.
Yeah, that's one of them. Cut sugars out because I started getting really lethargic a lot of the time, just on a regular basis because I love coffee. And I saw this like clip of a billionaire talking about, just productivity. He's like, well, the reason why you always feel like shit in the fucking throughout the rest of the day is because you put like 2-3 spoonfuls of fucking sugar in your coffee. I'm like, wait a minute, that actually makes sense. Like, because you crash really quickly. And I've been kind of like slipping up a lot recently. I'm not back to where I was though. I used to drink like at least a half to a whole 2 liter of soda every day. I was wondering, why do I always feel like shit? Like even when I actually sleep, which I rarely do, but when I do, I still feel like shit.
I know cutting soda out of a diet at all was always been like the easiest 10 pounds lost.
Dude, yeah.
Like you notice it at least after it takes maybe about a month to notice. But it's I'll notice a few pounds, but by like 2 months in, like it's easy, like the easiest fucking 10 pounds. And then on top of that, all the money you save not buying a fucking soda.
Right. It's
just such that everywhere you go to eat or anything, it's like, hey, what kind of soda would you like? It's like, I don't want fucking soda. But at the same time, I'm not trying to pay for a fucking free water.
Right. Or get a water cup and go fill it with soda.
Yeah.
I limit myself to like 1 cup if I have access to it. Because like this fucking little glass here that's probably about how much sugar they put in one fucking like serving of soda. It's insane. So one can of soda has like what 38 grams. It's like, that's insane, dude. No wonder you feel like shit after drinking that, without drinking more to
Yeah.
maintain that sugar high,
I feel that.
Dude, yeah. So, cut out sugars is, as little sugar as possible. No junk food. And whenever I do eat junk food, when I'm actually like on top of my shit, I try to go to organic route. Like I'll have organic chips because I still live like Doritos, and like potato chips. So a good alternative is just get some organic shit because it's still delicious, but it doesn't have like all that sodium and other bullshit that they fucking put in it. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, I went to this place called a Pilgrim's Market over in Coeur d'Alene, and it's like an all organic fucking store or whatever. But went there and I found like my new addiction, which is orange mango, all organic orange mango juice. I bought like 3 jars in like 2 days and was like just drinking the fuck out of it, dude.
Hell yeah.
It's fire.
Dude, so guava juice is one.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking love guava.
All right. So get back on it. So what's your most memorable fight you got so far? I know you don't got too many of them, but would be that knockout probably.
Yeah, right now that knockout's definitely that and my first fight.
Yeah.
I don't know though.
How'd your first fight go?
It's really hard to say. It ended very quickly. I'll just say that. Started standing. I mean, I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. Couple guys I had as my corner. So my roommate Mike that I mentioned earlier, and one of his friends that I'd never met, random dude, and they like to drink and all that, which is no problem. But his friend who doesn't know shit, like he's healed out, like get up, because I got knocked down. I threw a kick and he like caught my leg and like. I was bouncing around and eventually I fell back and I was in a great position, like not the best position, but he was still standing. I had my legs up. And at that point, you could kick people in the face, you get up kick. And that's basically if they want to try to get down and pass your guard, they can. But he's like, get up. And I just panicked because I had like no discipline, no training, nothing. So my brain, I did the dumbest thing you could possibly do. And I fucking turned around and got up and he locked in a rear naked choke.
Ugh.
I couldn't have made it any easier for him.
Well, you learn from that.
Yeah, it is what it is. Like,
live and learn.
Yeah.
They're, able to fight another day.
He should owe me some royalties from his new contracts.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, at least a little cut. Come on, man. Like,
fuck.
I'm just kidding.
That's funny.
Yeah. But it's very memorable just because, like, I ran into him when I went to go weigh in. He was the only one there at Warrior Camp, and we talked and shit. And like he asked me like what my goals were and with fighting and like how often or how many fights I've had, all that blah blah blah. I don't even remember. My drinking problem was so bad at the time. I don't even remember what I probably told him some bullshit like. So who knows? Yeah,
you got that under control now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. So that was last year, like. Near the beginning of last year when I fought him.
So how long do you go in between like fights? Like so it sounds like you got one on the 2nd and then you got one on the 22nd. So that's like 20 days apart.
Yeah, so
how long do you normally go in between fights?
It's usually like 2 or 3 months. And ideally most fighters want to do 2 or 3 months, 4 months.
To recover and everything?
Yeah, depending on how badly you lose, like if you get injured or someone locks in an arm bar and fucking breaks your arm or something, then it's even longer.
Yeah, it's like 9 months of recovering.
Yeah, a lot of the promoters, like especially Robbie, the one guy that's doing Wall stuff, he was like, no, bro, I don't want you to fight on Proving Grounds and then fight on my card, because if you're locked in on one other dude's card and another person's card within a short amount of time and you lose that other fight, or even if you win but you still injure yourself, then you have to drop out of the other fight.
Yeah.
And they already had you locked in.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So is it kind of risky what you are going to be doing in December then?
Oh, for sure. Well, I'm not too worried about it though. It's risky, but fighting in general is risky.
Yeah.
Even when you go and train and spar and stuff like.
Oh, I feel that. Yeah, you can get injured at practice.
Yeah, exactly. I almost hyperextended my knee and it snapped my freaking leg in half the last time I went sparring with Elijah and the boys.
Oof.
Yeah, so that's when I fought. Yeah, I decided to do kickboxing in Walla Walla because of that. My knee was still kind of like giving me a little bit of issues.
You tape
Um,
it?
no.
No?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I
So
got knee problems, dude. If I even did any of that shit, my knees would be all taped up. They'd see exactly where to go after me.
yeah, you gotta be careful
Yeah.
for sure. So there's this move called the oblique kick, man. I in my first kickboxing match, my opponent tried using that, and it's really cheeky. It's a very controversial move, kind of like the fucking 12-6 elbow, where it's like a stomping side kick, where you stomp on their knee, like right on their.
Ah!
Oh yeah, it blows out your whole knee.
While they're laying there?
No, and while you're standing, it stops them from coming forward. John Jones is like super like notorious for using
And it
that.
just blows out knees?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my
yeah.
God.
So like imagine we're squaring off, right? It'd be like me doing a side stomp on your knee. Yeah.
Oh.
And you're already in your fighting stance, kind of like leg extended. So imagine someone full weight just move, and if that lands just right, it'll end your career. Like
Yeah, it's a career-ending injury right there.
oh for sure, yeah.
Fuck.
It's fucked up. Honestly, I like the I don't mind the 12-6. Like that's just it's kind of bullshit. Why that's not allowed, especially even in promotions.
In UFC and shit.
Yeah, like that. It's funny. The reason that they've banned that is because the commission have seen videos of these kung fu guys, breaking cinder blocks with their elbow, doing that. But you can do that by punching it too, like straight.
That's the reason?
Downward. Yeah.
What?
But oh no, you can bust somebody's knee open with an oblique
somebody
kick.
break
Like
cinder blocks with their forehead.
yeah,
The fuck?
yeah, some bullshit. Like if you hit the blocks hard enough, it doesn't matter what you hit it with, So, yeah.
All right. Well, what's some of the best advice you've gotten this far in your amateur fighting career?
Best advice. I mean,
Yeah, put you on spot a little bit here.
shit. Well, I'd probably say it would be after my most recent fight because my buddy Sydney's fucking coach, he was there, and we were sitting there after the fight, and he kind of like chewed me out a little bit. Like he was like, "Congrats," but like, dude, you look sloppy as fuck, and like, blah blah blah. I mean, he was just being hard on me.
Yeah.
And maybe that's not like advice, I guess, but he was just saying like, dude, if you just need to discipline yourself and really stick to training and getting a regimen, and he's so right because I mean, that fight, I mean, I hadn't really trained as much as I wanted to. I mean,
You on top of it now?
Yeah. Well, no. That's why like I'm taking this fight 3-day notice. But I just feel a calling. Like I was supposed to take a hiatus after that, my last fight, and I was planning on just doing 2 kickboxing matches on Walla Walla and Proving Grounds, and then I was gonna get a full 4-month 4-month training camp in, so that my next fight can be just on top of my shit. But I mean, Robbie was the one that tagged me in the post to fill in for Clearwater, so he was like, hey. God wills it, that kind of thing. I'm like, well, I have a feeling, I wouldn't accept it if I didn't feel like. I mean, and if anything, we're gonna go put on a show,
Yeah.
Fuck it, like someone's got to. I mean, these dudes fucking dropped out 3 days before the fight, so come on. But anyways, like, yeah, I guess that's the advice that he gave me, and like the just staying focused and trying to like remain composed. Composure is probably the biggest. Like trying to keep your composure is the biggest piece of advice I've ever gotten. Because if you're not mentally prepared to get in the cage, that can take over the whole fight. Like, I've had that happen more than a few times where I was the sharpest I've ever been, trained nonstop for 3 months, and I just wasn't on top of my game. Like. You freeze up. If you have any sort of like anxiety or fear while you're in there, and you're basically handing them over a win on a silver platter.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, what if there was? Fuck it, say somebody like me or somebody listening that wanted to get into fighting,
Mm.
and they came up and asked you, for some advice, what would you say?
Well, just start. That's the first step is getting out there and actually showing up. You know, there's a lot of programs out there, like whether it's jujitsu places, karate, combat, the Iron Horse. I think they all have some sort of free trial, and that's how I kind of started into it. I did the week free trial at Warrior Camp, and then I did one at Iron Man MMA. You just go in there, test it out. You don't even have to fight. Like really, like go and fight like amateur fights or whatever. I would strongly recommend it to anyone.
Just go and give it a shot.
Yeah, if you're dealing with depression or like anything like that, you're stressed out or you're having anxiety problems, go and check out a martial arts gym. Seriously, it will change your whole perspective on what you do to cope. At least it did for me, because I mean, no matter what kind of drug I did or whatever else unhealthy coping mechanism I had to try to help me forget things or become numb.
Fill a void.
Yeah, nothing compares to the endorphins and the rush that you get from doing it naturally and going get beat up a little bit or go beat someone up, whatever. I mean, it goes both ways.
Dude, I can relate to that. I mean, I grew up racing motocross. I've raced a few pro races, and I've raced for 21 years, 22 years. Only raced once this last summer, but still, like, I needed it so fucking just to get out there on a bike and go and do that, and then push yourself to like that. Like, it's very relatable with like how mental, I'd say, how physically trained or physically fit you need to be.
Mm.
But because I was completely out of shape, but just to go out there and like just ride with some badass motherfuckers and then be hucking these jumps, there's a fucking level of um, adrenaline that hits you, that's just as untouchable. And then the feeling you get when you get off the bike, even if you didn't do like for me, I probably looked sloppy, looked like, because I hadn't been on a bike fucking all summer at all, and borrowed my buddy's like, old ass bike, but still how I felt is just like, man, I needed that. It was like such a fucking natural high that I absolutely needed to be, needed in my life, that I was missing.
Dude, for real.
So I mean, I can relate to what you say.
I relate to that too. You can't beat it. You can't beat it. Like, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I don't know. For any of those listening that have had issues with addiction and shit in the past, you guys would probably know, like, you can't, like, having it the natural way is by far, like, it's just irreplaceable, priceless, I guess. Like, this shit has saved my life. Like, whether it's fighting or working out or shit, even dirt biking. I haven't really ridden a dirt bike, but it's something I do. It's like an adrenaline. I'm definitely an adrenaline junkie, and I think it kind of goes hand in hand with like the rush that you get from fucking doing whatever.
Yeah, that natural high.
Yeah, for sure.
Alrighty, well, we're gonna close it up here. You got any shout outs you want to give to anybody?
Oh yes, definitely. Shout out to my boys Sydney, Elijah, and Jacob, and all them. Yeah, you guys are fucking amazing. You guys are like brothers to me, and I look forward to seeing you guys on this podcast soon, hopefully. Yeah. And shout out to Robbie Doggin and his 509 Combat Fitness over in Walla Walla. He's doing great things. Really excited to see where that goes. And shout out to Abe as well, because they're teaming up together, and hopefully they're going to come to Spokane, and we're going to have a second promotion, which is what we need.
Hell yeah.
As well as shout out to you, Pablo, and his wife, Rose Alfonso, for doing what they do. And they give a lot to the community. Yeah, you guys are amazing. And yeah. And shout out to you thanks for having me on here.
Oh, dude, no, dude, thank you. I was wanting to, change up the content a little bit, and you definitely have helped with that. So thank you. Where can people find out about your next fights, or you got any socials you want to throw out there?
You could either follow me on my Facebook It's Vincent Alsept. That's my personal Facebook, but I'd rather you check out my other profile. Or my fighter page is same name, Vincent Vincito Alsept. And yeah, it's actually starting to blow up a little bit right now. I've got some good handful of followers, and
And you got
for
a
all of
fight,
you, then I'm thankful for you guys.
and you have a fight coming up Saturday.
Yep.
Walla Walla. Or
Saturday.
no, Clearwater.
Yeah, Clearwater Casino. It'll be on YouTube. I don't know if they're doing them live. They might be. But yeah, so Saturday, I think the doors open at like 7. If anybody lives locally and wants to come and check it out, yeah.
All right. I'll have to be watching it on YouTube.
Yeah, I'll be
I don't think I'll
posting
make
it.
it.
On
I'll
the
make
fight
one of
page
these.
for
I'll make
sure.
one of these fights though. Maybe the Liberty Lake one or something like that. When you got one coming up, but got a few things coming up myself where I'll have to check it out on YouTube.
Oh hell yeah, yeah, definitely.
Well, I'd like to give a special shout out to Ashtray Studios and the Bondman Gang. Thank you very much, you guys, and shout out to Vincent for coming on. And yeah, and hopefully we see a few more of these local fighters. So shout out to them. And if you guys want to follow me, check me out on Facebook as Kid Curry or on Instagram as the real Kid Curry 918. And I think what is it? They changed fucking Twitter to X.
Oh yeah,
and you can find me on there as the real Kid Curry also.
That's so weird.
Yeah, but yeah, thank you everybody. We'll see you next time.